we want you to be encouraged to find the fun and the joy in every day.
Yeah,
right?
we want you to seize the day. As it says
right.
in Ephesians, you seize the day.
Right.
You seize the opportunity. Live with your head up and your eyes open and realize every day is a good day, and you destroy all the things that try to take away from life, and you look for the places you can add to life.
And you said it. I love it. Every day is a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good day, and it's hard to see that sometimes, but all those days are working together.
Thanks for joining the Home Matters podcast with Eric and Gena Boggs, where they lead authentic, raw discussions about marriage, family life, kids, intimacy, and sex from a biblical perspective. Here's your host, Eric and Gena Boggs.
Well, thank you for joining us. Podcast 91?
Think so. Welcome to Home Matters.
Glad
you're joining us. I know you
Yeah.
probably got a lot of things going on out there in the world as far as you live in life. And
that's right.
We hope you can take a few minutes to kind of chillax and
chillax.
And,
have
if
some
you're
time. Driving while you're listening, I'm not sure you're chillax. I guess it depends
I'm always
upon where you're always chillax when you're driving?
I'm pretending right now.
Okay. Just
like we do sometime, you can pretend.
Hey, I was just thinking as the music
Too
was
many
rolling,
crazy drivers.
Yeah.
Not
true.
me. Everybody
Never
else
you.
always.
Never you.
But
I was just thinking while the music was rolling, man, thank you so much to our team that makes this happen for us. Several different people, honestly, that are involved. And so, man, we're so thankful for you. And we're thankful for you that are listening today, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're just representing for the church today, I see.
Yeah, if you're listening audio, you won't see it, but we're almost twinning today.
Just about. He's short sleeves, I'm long.
Moving into spring,
a little bit cooler.
Time to chill on the sweatshirts and all.
That's right.
It's not my favorite. I like the sweatshirt season. You still got one on, but
cold weather.
I like the cooler weather, cold weather.
I like the spring, new life, blooms, flowers.
I want snow. That's what I want. I want snow.
I think we're past snow.
Maybe not. I remember one of the worst snowstorms ever.
True.
It was in March.
It was in March. That's right. So
because
you never
I remember
know.
it well because you were going off. I had two little babies.
I left him alone in the snow.
So every day.
That was not intentional.
Every day matters.
Every day matters. Hey,
so
this is Home Matters.
Yep.
We do Marriage Matters, getaways. We spent the last a couple episodes back talking about parenting and how parenting matters. But our focus today really is just every day. Eric said it, that every single day we just have
when
to
it comes
take
to
advantage, right, of
relationship, to marriage, to family.
That's right.
All relationships, friends, every day.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is every day may not be a good day. But
That's true.
That's
true.
The fact that we're given the opportunity to be with people we don't ever want to.
I think I've mentioned it before. We've mentioned it before, probably on the podcast. Eric and I early on in our marriage had some tough days, tough months. And I used to say I just would have liked to skipped over all that. And then I just kind of came to the place one day where I realized that was part of our journey. That's part of who we are. And so I think that fits here in the fact that every day, maybe today's not your best day. Maybe today you left to take off to work and everything was
kind of frazzled.
Yeah, could have been. But all
maybe
those
chaos.
days, if we hang in there with each other and with God, I do believe the word where he says
maybe
that
he said
works.
something wrong.
He could have.
Or she had an attitude or
she could have looked at him wrong.
The
kids could have really showed out this morning.
Didn't get what you wanted.
Could happen.
And that could fall in a lot of different categories, right?
That's so true.
Could be breakfast or it could be...
I didn't get the breakfast I wanted today.
I haven't got the breakfast that I've wanted recently very often.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, we're working together.
That's right.
Trying to get a little more fit.
That's right.
And make sure that I live all my days, right?
That's right. Every
So
single day God plans for us. We're working together on that. Pray for us out there if you're listening. But
the reality is you just have to hang in there. Sometimes, life has some twists and turns. You can always
absolutely
said this way. I heard God looked to as a bishop in our life, a church leader. And by the way, Beach Springs Church, right?
That's
Up
right.
in today, our home church. But he always said the bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. And I've taken that to heart. And there's a lot of bends and turns and twists in the road that
absolutely
sometimes you may not like or appreciate.
You never know, right? You never know what's around the next bend.
Yeah, but you just got to make the turn. You got to realize life.
That's right.
You may have to make some adjustments, because if you don't, then the crash can be be painful.
Definitely have to make adjustments, but just the fact of enjoying every day as much as you can. Yeah. I know I talk with a lot of young mamas, and I was there, 4 kids in 6 years, and wondering, will we ever, get out of diapers? Will we ever get out of
We bought a bunch of diapers through that period, didn't we?
Man, I don't even want to think about it.
We had 2 in diapers at the same time. Actually, 2 different occasions, I think.
Yep, but, absolutely.
The last 2 were only 13 months apart, so
very close.
We were doing diapers and that kind of stuff, and
just doing life. And man, I know when you are in those seasons, and maybe it's teenagers you're dealing with, maybe it's that middle school attitude you're dealing with, or maybe you are later on in life. Maybe you are, having to deal with maybe your parents even, taking care of them. There's just so many seasons. But what I started to say is, I know with these young mamas, they probably get tired of me saying it. I'm like, just enjoy your time. Enjoy the days. I know it's crazy, but just value every moment, because the years fly, right?
Yeah, it goes by.
So fast.
So fast. What did you say earlier? The days are long, but the years are
short.
Yeah. And it passes so quick. And before you know it, again, especially I think in that child rearing, raising kids, that can be something that, boy, you're fighting a fire.
Absolutely.
And
every day.
All of a sudden, you realize that, you've got to this place, and there's, major changes coming, and, before you know it, you're empty nest. And we've often said that isn't all that bad. We kind of we're enjoying that season. Not that our kids were bad. They were wonderful. We enjoyed that season.
That was a great time.
But I think for all of us, it's so easy for us to fail to realize the value that we have in every day together.
Every single day.
And that's something we can so easily take for granted. We've shared our story. We've had some tragedies hit close to home in our family, and it kind of changed our approach.
That's right.
This sounds awful gloomy, but you never know.
That's true.
When a day may be your last day, whether that's your relationship with your spouse or with your children. And again, nobody likes to think about that. I don't like to think about it. But you do have to approach life that way, I think, where you realize that, man, life is always fleeting.
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of times we wait until our latter years to even, think on any of that. But I just want to encourage, any of you listening, take advantage of every single day you have. Every day we're given is a gift from God, right? And every day we have opportunity. We have the privilege. I have the privilege of being your wife. I have the privilege of being the mother to my children. Something that I just don't think we can take for granted. Grandchildren. Oh, I'm getting to that. Yeah. I'm the Gigi. The privilege, the amazing honor to be Gigi.
Yeah.
Yes, one of our youngest, we have our 2 youngest are under a year old, and one of them just started saying Gigi. And I tell you what, I mean, it's like
she's been
music
saying
to
pop
my
for
ears.
a while. So.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. But, again, with that, I think that all of us, we're not saying you have to walk on eggshells or pins and needles all the time. You don't need to be eat up with worry, for sure, right?
Yes, that is not what we're saying at all.
You can't allow worry to cause such an urgency about every day that, every little bump in the road causes.
Right.
But what we are saying is we've been through enough in life. I think we're far enough along that we've dealt with some stuff. We've had some things that happen that made us say, hey, every day is important. Every day we're going to cherish. We're going to value. I had somebody was talking to a few weeks ago, and they're saying, I'm at the point of life. I realize life is, passing by, and I'm like, you're just in my thinking. I'm like, you just realizing that
you just figured that out.
Yeah, because life it's fleeting. It passes by quickly, and again, if you don't cherish those relationships, and if you don't take time with those relationships, you'll look up one day and think, well, what happened? And
it's so easy to get caught in the day-to-day of all the little things. Song of Solomon refers to it, I think, as the little foxes that spoil the vine. It's so easy to get caught up in those things and, just lose sight, really, again, of the gift of God that he's given us in relationships. Man, that we're made for relationship. And those relationships God's given us, we can't take them for granted.
Every one of them want to value the people that God has put in our life.
That's right.
Some people say, well, you can't choose your family, and that's true. You're born into it.
That's right.
You may choose your spouse, but other than that, the children you have, you don't get to choose size and, color hair, eyes, and all that stuff. You get what God sends you. So
what a fun, what's the word? How fun it is to see those new babies. And, you wonder, are they going to have hair? What color are their eyes going to be?
Yeah, and we especially enjoy that as grandparents.
Mystery. That's right. Let me share some scripture, because the Bible's clear, I think, about what we're talking about today. Again, not that we want everybody to be depressed when you listen. We want you to be encouraged to find the fun and the joy in every day.
Yeah, we want you to seize the day. As it says in Ephesians, you seize the day. Right. You seize the opportunity. You live with your head up and your eyes open, and realize every day is a good day. And you destroy all the things that try to take away from life, and you look for the places you can add to life.
And you said it. I love it. Every day is a good day. It is a good day. And it's hard to see that sometimes. But all those days are working together to make us stronger, to grow us up. Listen to Ecclesiastes 9:9. Enjoy life with the wife you love all the days of your fleeting life, which has been given to you under the sun, all your fleeting days. I mean, those days are fleeting, right?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes, again, he time after time, he says, you better take advantage of the time.
That's right.
You've worked hard. You enjoy some of the benefits of that. And again, realize every day is a gift from God.
That's true. That's true.
Again, he talks about fleeting, and talks about how life passes. And, it's so true in so many ways. It does pass. And so we just encourage you to wake up tomorrow.
That's right.
And realize that, man, I got a wife or a husband. And if you don't have that, the people in your life, you have. That's right.
Your children, your relationships with, we're not just talking about, married relationships here. We're talking about all the relationships that God's given you, the blessing in your life. Listen to this, Psalm 39:4. Lord, remind me how brief my time on earth will be. Remind me that my days are numbered. There it is again, how fleeting my life is.
And again, those days are numbered. I do believe that every person that is born on this planet, I believe they have an allotted time here. I think every day our decisions can impact that.
I believe that. Yeah, the choices we make, the decisions we make, can have an impact on that for sure.
But we do have the set days that are allotted to us, and we want to live those to the full.
That's right.
And again, it talks about, as you're getting older, back in Ecclesiastes, he said, remember all the days you enjoy your wife, not just in the days that you're young.
That's right.
But you enjoy that relationship. I think that could reciprocate as well, that you get to enjoy your husband, that you enjoy that relationship, and you make it something that is an addition to your life. That, and in so many ways, we know. It's my wife. You're such an addition to my life in so many ways, and I think it's something that we miss. I think we take for granted so easy. I know we've said that already, but it's so easy to take for granted the time.
That's right.
And the opportunity.
The days we've been given.
Yep.
What about this one? So clear, James 4:14. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, then it's gone.
Yep.
That is kind of depressing.
Yeah, I'm sad. What he's talking about there, though, is we make all these grand plans, and we don't know.
That's right.
Actually, the verse before, I think he says, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Mm-hmm. You can say you're going to go to this city or that city. You're going to produce business. But the reality is you don't know what tomorrow may offer you. So it's something we all have to face. And the reality is, again, I believe in living with the future in mind. We teach that, right?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you can't miss the moment.
That's right.
You can't miss the day-to-day that you're enjoying, that you're experiencing now.
All the moments. Listen, just an awareness of where we are in life and taking advantage. We've already said it, Ephesians 5. I love it. You kind of quoted some of it a little bit ago. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise. Here it is, making the most of every opportunity. Mm-hmm. The days are evil. Therefore, don't be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. So, again, making sure that every opportunity we're taking, I think a great way to say it is just living without regret.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that passage there, again, I think that it's just recognizing all the complexities and all the influences and all the impacts of different things on our lives.
So true. Yeah.
And so, you don't want to live every day, again, in this safe mode.
Right.
We're definitely not in favor of that. But at the same time, you realize with every opportunity, I'm going to live wisely.
Right.
I'm not going to be foolish with the days I have. Mm-hmm. I love this next passage you got. Again, I think that this is something that is so easy for us to look at. Passage. We're used to this almost as families, married couples. Mm-hmm. I think we're almost familiar with this.
Ephesians 4:26. That's what you're talking about. Well, I just put a reference there, but the passage there is encouraging. It says, "Don't go to bed angry."
Yeah.
Because when we do, we give the enemy a foothold, or in other words, we leave the door open so that the enemy can work. Yeah. I think in our thoughts, in our heart, in our mind, even while we're sleeping. So we don't go to bed angry. What's that saying? I think really that we make sure that we end every day in a right way.
Yeah. And again, the opportunities that we have with all of our relationships with children, right. We've talked about this. People kind of make fun or we kind of get a hard time because we always, with our kids, our family, even our extended family, we love each other and express that.
That's right.
It's sad that some of that happened as a result of tragedy.
That's what I was going to say. It wasn't always that way.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much always been that way in our family with our children because this happened. Yeah. This happened right as our children were infants, really.
Again,
but that brought us to a place, I think, where we learned the value of every single day.
And again, I'm not letting somebody walk away from me.
That's right.
I've tried to make sure that I don't let somebody walk away from me, that I don't recognize that could be the last time that I ever speak to them, ever talk to them. And again, it's kind of gloomy. It is. I can say that in my life, I know of 3 instances where the last thing I said to my niece at 20 years old, who was taken in a car accident, to my father-in-law, your dad, last time I spoke to him, I made sure he knew how I felt. My mother saw her, didn't know anything was going on. I didn't know that. It's the last time I would see her. Right. The last words I said is, "I love you, Mom. Love you, Mama. You look beautiful tonight." That's the last thing I said. Walked away. That's the last words on this earth I got to say to her. My daddy-in-law, that's kind of hard to do. But, I said, I just want you to know I love you and I need you in my life.
Yeah.
And that's the last conversation we had before the next day. Again, you don't know. My niece, 20 years old, put my arm around her and said, I love you and I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And, but again, those things can happen. And that is kind of, boy, I'm not listening. I'm sad now. No, we want you to be glad that you've got the opportunity.
Yes,
you may need to stop right now.
Yeah. Right. You may need to make a phone call right now. But listen, forgiveness, apologies, the I love yous, the I appreciate you, I need you in my life. Man, live with no regret.
That's
that
right.
you have shared
So
those
good.
things. Like every day could be our last day. And just living, I know you've made the comment so many times, man, when the Lord comes back or when I go to meet him, I want to go out here sideways. And what we've meant in that is just, we want to make sure that every day we have given every
Live
single
life to the
thing.
full.
Live it to the full.
And how important is that in our relationship?
In our relationship.
My wife, I don't
Absolutely.
ever walk away from her without a touch or a hug or a kiss.
Yeah.
I love you. And God help me that will never
That's right.
be any different. I'm not, talking about giving place. I'm sure not going to live my life mad at people.
Right.
And with separation in my life, I've had to go back and say, hey, I've had to swallow my pride.
Mm-hmm.
Other men in my life, I've had to say, look, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not taking the chance
Yeah.
on walking away from you and us mad at each other.
That's right.
And something, again, maybe we had to learn the hard way. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
you don't want to miss it.
I hope, maybe you out there, I hope you never have to learn that lesson the hard way. But, part of what I feel like Eric and I are here to do is to share our life.
Yeah.
Where have we learned what, maybe God's shown us. So, man, just love on the people you love.
Yeah.
Be good.
Don't miss the
to
opportunity.
them. Don't miss that
It's a
opportunity.
little longer
That's
today,
right.
but I do feel like you do need to recognize, man,
Yeah.
you cherish every moment.
Mm-hmm. Every
Again,
minute
make
you're
the
given.
call today.
Yeah.
Don't wait.
That's right.
Don't miss the opportunity.
Yeah.
Tell them you love them one more time.
That's right.
Man,
if you need to get something straight
show 'em
with
you
your
love 'em,
spouse,
right.
with your kids,
Yeah, I don't.
call them.
I'm not.
Text them.
Yeah, I'm going to keep things
Right now.
where it should be, and because again, that's the heart of Jesus anyway.
Yeah.
I love. He
always.
says he gave us a ministry of reconciliation.
Yeah.
And we apply that to everything but our home life sometimes. But that means that God sent his son to give us peace with him and peace with each other. So
And
love a little stronger.
What a great place that is to live. Peace with one another.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love a little stronger, a little harder,
Absolutely.
more intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just say you love them. Show you love them.
That's right.
Show them that
Act
you
it
love
out
them.
in real ways.
Yeah.
Live every day like it's your last with no regret.
I love you.
Man, I love you. That's what I was about to say.
And we love you
that
out
way.
there. Our prayers
Thank
with
for
you.
being with us.
Our heart's
Yeah.
with you. Hey, your marriage matters. Your home matters. All of the people
Your
that God puts you.
relationships matter. Yeah. God bless you. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.